I gave myself 7 days to complete 30 cloud paintings from scratch. That's over 4 paintings per day. It sounds pretty doable, right? If you push yourself. Spoiler alert, I did not finish all 30. Somewhere between day 3 breakthroughs and day 5 burnout, I just started questioning everything. I hated clouds, I was over it, and I really started to just crumble at that point. Okay, day one. Day one started strong. I was feeling very high energy, very motivated. Hi, it is day one of my self-imposed cloud painting challenge. But let's just say my first painting left more to be desired. It was probably the worst painting I've ever done. It looked kind of like an abstract ocean or like a painting that I would have done when I was like 12. No depth, no foreground, just kind of mush and like not a lot of blending going on. Not a great start, but I was feeling good. I was feeling ready to get better. Painting 2 was much better, but it was a lot more sky than actual clouds, so I didn't feel like I was fully committing to the clouds. By painting 3, things were clicking a little bit. I was getting some more depth, more shadows going. I was feeling a little bit more confident, but I definitely wasn't fully there. Day 2, we got a little crazy. We decided to paint outside. I am not a plein air painter. I kind of want to get into it, but I just have never really done it. So we're painting in the heat. It's fun. It's hot. I'm slapping the paint on. I'm using a lot of paint, okay? And that is fun. The painting's not great. It like looks good from far away, but it's kind of messy. A lot more trees than clouds as well. And no real focal point in this painting, but so much fun painting outside and I want to do it more. Okay, painting 5 is where things get good. I'm having a breakthrough. I finally like one of the paintings. I figured out that I really like clouds when they're kind of sweeping in a line almost. And I find that that form is easier to paint than like a round fluffy cloud. And I like that I can see clear lines of like shadow and light. And obviously having a sunset and having that small depth at the bottom of the painting just helps immensely. I also made sure to have a focal point and blend out the other areas. And I just felt like this painting really came together and I was feeling confident. Okay, day 2 update of the cloud painting challenge. I thought I could easily paint like 4 to 5 paintings per day. Y'all, it is hard. I'm on painting 5. I just finished painting 5 and it is like 7 p.m. on day 2. So yeah, I was supposed to do like 4.5 per day. I'm gonna get 2 more done tonight. That's my goal. So far, I feel like I've learned a lot. Color mixing for like shadow colors. But let's just say a lot of my paintings I made are not good and I have a long way to go to become a cloud painting expert. All right, I need to run and finish the last 2 paintings for the night. Let's try to learn something with these 2 paintings. Let's try to make them good. I absolutely loved my number 6 painting. I was feeling so much better. I did this thing where I carved the sky into the cloud and kind of made a sharper line. And I realized that that worked very well. I also made my photo super small on my computer, which helped me see the lights and darks better. Again, we're still not perfect, but I'm just feeling much better about brushstrokes and shapes. Painting 7 is a fun little moonlit scene, and again, feeling pretty good. I found a rhythm where I really love doing a burnt sienna underpainting, wiping it away, and then using the burnt sienna to carve out my shapes first. I feel like that really helped me just see the layout. Not like a full underpainting, but just kind of drawing out my shapes. Day 3. At this point, I'm feeling very tired, very lazy. My back is really hurting and I am just over the challenge. I'm at painting 8 and I'm done. I am ready to give in the towel and call it quits. I've painted enough clouds. I never want to see a cloud again. For painting 8, I didn't love the sky. The whole painting itself turned out okay. I kind of like it. But you can see that I was rushing things and I was just getting it done, checking it off the list. It was also a very rainy day, so I had 0 motivation. I actually got a lot done on day 3, and you'll see why in a minute, because after that, things went totally downhill. Painting 9, I really loved. I was able to pick out the shapes and colors a lot faster, and I really was happy with this sky and my brushstrokes. I also felt like I knew when good enough was enough, and I was able to stop while I was ahead. Lastly, for day 3, I did this high-key little tree cloud scene, and it was really fun. I like the bright colors, the pastels. It was a fun challenge in keeping everything super high key, but again, very over clouds at this point, so things are feeling very rushed and not super thorough. Day 4 is the fall apart point. So I had plans that night on Tuesday to go to a movie. It was a special early access screening of this movie called Together that I was so excited about. I wasn't gonna miss it, and I worked all day in the morning, so there was no time to paint at all. And I just said, okay, life is happening, I am surrendering, and I went to the movie, I had a great time. But day 5, I was ready to pick back up on the challenge and just get restarted and finish this thing outright. So I showed up on day 5 and I tried my best. I won't lie, energy was not super high. I was ready to finish the challenge and just get this over with. My paintings this day were very loose, very like wannabe Starry Night vibes, a lot of swirling and looseness. They were fun though, and it's cool because during it you're like, oh, this is the worst painting ever. And then afterward, you can kind of see highlights that aren't terrible. You can see little glimmers of hope in each painting, and that is always a beautiful thing to see. I liked some of the colors and some of the brush strokes. I actually ended up really liking my last painting on day 5, which had a lot of beautiful yellow ochre and a cool perspective in the sky. So that was 3 paintings for day 5, and that adds up to 13. So if you're doing your math, you can probably realize that I did not do any more paintings after that. That's right, I quit my 7-day challenge after day 5. And the reason is that life happens. I had work and cooking and plans and all the things, sleep, and I just kind of was over it. So no, I didn't complete 30 paintings in 7 days, but I did complete 13 paintings in 5 days, which is almost as good of a feat in my opinion, because that's 13 more paintings I did not have just a few days ago. I had a lot of fun with this challenge. I tried painting outside. I painted all different types of scenes. I learned good mixtures for colors, for the shadows in the clouds and also the highlights. I learned some blending techniques. I learned that I like long, skinny clouds versus short, stubby clouds. And I really came up with a system for doing an underpainting and drawing out the shapes so that I feel more confident now going forth with clouds in the future. And I learned to paint fast and not obsess over every detail. And I learned that it's actually kind of awesome to shoot for a big goal and then not hit it, but get like halfway there, because that's still so much farther towards the goal than I was previously. Clouds may look simple and innocent. They are not, my friend. They're difficult. And I finally feel a little bit less scared of them. So that's a win in my opinion. And I'm so excited. I've added all of these paintings to my website. They're available and ready to ship, free framing and free shipping in the US. HaleyHawkins.com if you want to support me. And it means so much to me, and you'll get a beautiful painting in the mail. Thank you. Thanks so much for watching. I think I'm going to do like flowers or food next. This was so fun. And I just want to do this with like every subject and just kind of dive in and get better at them. So if you like that kind of stuff, follow along and let me know if you have any cloud painting tips. I would love to hear them. All right, have a good day. Happy painting. Bye.